Hey, it's Mel Robbins. I'm the best-selling author of The 5-Second Rule and the host of the daytime syndicated talk show, The Mel Robbins Show. I am so thrilled that you are here for today's live stream. We have a question from a fan in California that I know you're going to be able to relate to. And I know that there's a question on your mind right now, which is, how do I ask Mel for advice? How do I get on a video? Right there below me is our texting number for our text community. It is free to text me. If you send me a text, we will send you a text back. That will allow you to opt in and you can ask questions. It also helps our team be able to get in touch with you quickly so that we can get you on a live stream. So if you have a question, if you're feeling stuck, if you have an issue or a problem that is blocking you, I promise you there is nothing that you are facing that someone else is not facing right now. You are not alone in this struggle. And by coming on and talking about it, you are going to help millions of people who are struggling with the exact same thing. So let's talk about sleep. Are you having trouble sleeping? Mariana in California is, and she wrote to us. And so let's bring her on right now. There she is.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so tell me what's going on. First of all, who are you quarantined with? How long have you guys been isolating together?
Quarantine with my family, my husband, my two young daughters. One just turned 7 years old and 3 years old, and my dog.
Who
is my oldest son. And yeah, I'm just telling it because it's a lot of things. We have been quarantined for that. I think this is the 5th week, maybe. Yeah, it's a lot. I lost the count. I'm not sure yet. And yeah, Mel, I would like to start this conversation saying that just the fact of being here with you right now, it means that the 5-second rule works a lot because I'm not that confident with my English. I'm Brazilian and I've been here in the US for 1.5 years. And so I've been following you for 1 year approximately. And you have been very, very, really helpful not for only, I think it was a good method to learn English because with more confidence, because learning another language is not only about translate words and know about rules. It's also about our confidence, and I've learned it a lot from you.
Oh, well, Thank you for saying that. And you're right, because when you are learning a new language, there's always that moment right before you're about to say it where you're terrified. And I can relate to that because when I was learning French, when I was little and in elementary school and then in middle school, we had a teacher that would call on me to read the French out loud to point out how not to say words because I was so bad at it. And so I want to first off say, I hear you and I am proud of you for breaking through with your confidence because personally, you sound fantastic. And you should have no lack of confidence because you sound absolutely amazing. And I'm thrilled that you're here. So what is the issue that you're struggling with that you want some advice on?
I go to bed, that's my topic, because when I go to bed, usually come a lot of thoughts in my head. And so many things that we spend together in our day. I feel that I haven't been present enough with my family, with my girls, because I'd like to mention here quickly that I've been grieving. I have a loved one who has a degenerative disease called ALS.
Oh.
And she's my aunt and my godmother, and she doesn't have kids. So I have this relationship very close with her, and she's in Brazil right now. I can't go there. And her disease was very drastic. She lost all her movements in less than 1 year. And I would say that I've been grieving like homeopathic. It's kind of homeopathic grieving, because yeah, one time she couldn't speak anymore, then she couldn't eat anymore, and I've been grieving it. And I, even though I try to don't think in it, because it's another issue that I can control. It's out of it. It is out of my hands. I can control.
Right.
And so this situation that we all are being going through right now, this COVID-19. But I think when I go to bed, come so many thoughts in my head. Like I try to, it takes me a while to fall asleep. I think around about 3 a.m. It's a lot.
So a
It's
couple
hard.
questions.
Yeah.
My mother's best friend died of ALS. It is a terrible disease, and it is excruciatingly painful to watch somebody that you love succumb to it. And so that's a really tough one. And you're right, you're very smart. You are going through what's called anticipatory grief because she's still alive, correct? So you are going through anticipatory grief, which means you are grieving this loss and it hasn't happened yet. You're grieving the stages of things. You've already mentioned it, from the now she can't talk, then she can't eat, then she can't move. And so what's going to happen, and I'm only explaining this not to be a downer, but to just let you know, because I think when you know what's coming, sometimes it's easier to move through it. Anticipatory grief is difficult because you still have this person in your life that you love, but you know what's coming. And then when she succumbs to the disease and she passes, you're going to have then another wave of that finality. And so one of the most important things that you can do right now is to find small ways to continue to create meaning in your relationship with her, even as she's declining. And I only say that because when you have a lot that you're thinking about, it does interfere with your sleep. And you do, it sounds like, have a lot on your mind. So what time do you go to bed at night?
That's another point, because yeah, we change a little, not a little, I think a lot, our routine since we started our quarantine. I know that's not good for our whole family, but my daughters are going to bed later, around about 10 p.m. And
Okay.
then after that, I need time to have to talk to my husband, to do this, to study. I'm also studying here. And yeah, about midnight, something like that, I go to bed.
So what's really cute is that right when you were about to answer the question, you got that smile that we all get when we know that we're doing something that we shouldn't be doing. And so here's the first thing. I think that you and your husband need to talk about the routine, because it would be way better if the kids went to bed earlier, both for them and for you guys, so that you're not starting the process of going to bed so late. So you two need to talk about that, get on the same page, and then I would bring down the time when they go to bed, and then that are going to give you more time. Here's what I want you to think about. When you go to bed at night, a lot of us tend to lower our shades, right, to block the light. I want you to use that as a metaphor. You're closing the shades, you're shutting the windows, you're about to go to bed, as what you need to do for yourself in order to prepare your body to start to turn off. And so I'm going to give you a couple things backed by research that should become part of your evening routine. Because I personally would love to hear that the kids are in bed around 8:30, and that you then have your wind down starting more like 10 so that you can be asleep by midnight. And so a couple things you want to do. You want to have a caffeine cutoff time. I don't know if you're an espresso or a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the things that you should do is they say that you should not have caffeine after 3 o'clock in the afternoon if you're having trouble sleeping. Another thing that I want you to know is that if you have trouble sleeping, you should turn off the television and put your phone away 2 hours before you want to be asleep. Because the blue light on your phone stimulates a part of your brain that keeps you awake. The other thing I want you to do, Mariana, is I want you to come up with a evening routine that starts to signal that it's time for bed. I bet that when your daughters were really little, there was probably a bedtime routine, right? And what was the bedtime routine for your kids when they're really little?
Without screens for, I think, 3 hours earlier. Take a bath, relax, and dark places. Like, I think it's for our brain to understand that it should relax, right?
Exactly. So that's exactly what we adults need to do is when we were little kids, or if you have kids, most of us have a routine where, okay, dinner, we're done, time for bed. We're going to go upstairs and take a bath. We're going to put on our pajamas. We're going to read a book. Now it's lights out. And so you're doing all the right things for the girls. You just need to go back to the basics for yourself. So a bath is huge. And here's why. We are all right now as a society, because of COVID-19 and because of how uncertain all of this is. And then when you add on the fact that you are going through anticipatory grief as your aunt is dealing with ALS, you are in a state of fight or flight. Your nervous system is on edge. And when you're like that, it's hard to go to sleep because your mind is thinking, I got to stay awake because there's all this stuff going on. So what I want you to do is very simple. I want you to do what you're doing for your daughters. I want you to put the phone away 2 hours before you're going to go to bed. I want you to take a bath, and the bath is going to stimulate your vagus nerve and your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's going to signal your body that it's time to come out of fight or flight. It's time to calm down. And then I want you to come up with something that's just for you, whether it's meditating, or it is reading a book, or it's journaling, something that is going to be for you to do to calm your mind and bring yourself into a more relaxed state. Because my impression of you is that you're a deeply caring person. And all day long, you are caring for your husband and caring for your daughters and caring for that puppy. And you're thinking about your aunt who's struggling, and you're worried about COVID-19, and you're doing the best that you can. And the kids are up until 10 o'clock at night. And then you want to see your husband. And then, holy cow, the one moment of the day that you stop is when you finally collapse and you're in bed.
That's exactly the position.
Yes.
It's exactly the
going like this because your mind's like, wait a minute, you were just running 1 minute ago. What? I'm supposed to slow down now? And then it goes like this and like this and like this and like this until finally it's like, oh, okay, fine.
Exactly this sense. It's kind of this position. I feel like this because I think I spend all day long stands, walking and cooking, a lot of things. Yeah.
Yep.
And no, another thing that, sorry, I interrupted you earlier. It's because, again, about my aunt's disease. She is now in intensive care in the hospital. And it's very unlikely that she's going to get better because, it's a kind of terminal situation. And I think I've been through a process to accept that I'm not going to have the opportunity to see her again.
Yes.
It's tough. That's tough. one thing that I don't know, when are not ready to face such a hard situation, tough situation like that. And I guess that many people around the world that are going through exactly the same situation as mine, because how many people are dying around the world, and how many families are being affected by this. And that's the thing. That's the reason why I decided to share here with you, Mel, this my personal issue, because I do believe that many people around the world are facing the same issue as me, and we don't have the opportunity to go there to say goodbye and to spend these last minutes together.
You're 1,000% right. And it doesn't lessen the loss that you're feeling of not being able to be there. Because I would imagine if we weren't in a pandemic with COVID-19, you would be in Brazil saying goodbye.
The point, of course.
And so is there something that you can do that will give you some small sense of control, whether it is FaceTiming and being able to see her and at least say what you need to say, or creating a video that you email to a nurse, or writing a letter that a nurse could read to her? Is there something you can do in order to be as complete as you can given this situation?
I thought about maybe I can record a video or write something for the nursing to read for her, because with this crazy situation, neither my mom, my aunts can go there. They know about my aunts only for the doctor. Yeah.
I think that's what you should do, because you have something that's not been said that you want to say. And making a video or writing a letter, something that the nurses can read to her or play for her, I think it's going to give both your aunt and you a tremendous sense of peace in a very difficult situation. And my suspicion is that deep somewhere in your heart, your mind is spinning because it's trying to get you to do this. Because it doesn't feel to me, your mind feels busy. It doesn't feel anxious, but there's something left to do. And I bet if you make this video when we hang up, or write the letter, or whatever's going to be the thing that you're going to do, and then you simply adjust the routine so that you have a more peaceful evening with your husband, you will have the best night's sleep that you have had in years.
I will do it.
Awesome. I love you. God bless you and your aunt and your family, and stay safe, and let me know what are you going to do? Are you going to do a video, a letter? What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to do a video. I think, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm really proud of you, and I'm really excited to hear how it goes. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Mel. I love you. Bye.
I love you too. All right, I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Thank you for being here. Woo! You know, what was so cute about that is that we all kind of know, don't we, when we are making decisions that are leading to things that are driving us crazy. And so I love that she, though, kept digging for the deeper thing, which is the fact that there is something that is deeply bothering her about not being able to say goodbye in person with her aunt. And, you know, if something continues to nag at you, it's always true. Go a little deeper, go a little deeper. If it won't go away, it's because you just pulled out the thing on the surface, and you got to dig down to the root of it. And that's why I'm here answering your questions. Just ask Mel. You feeling stuck? You're overwhelmed? You got a problem? Nothing's too big, too small. Just ask Mel. I am here to help you get unstuck, and I'm here to empower you to take a step forward. If you want to be on a live stream and get coaching from me, just text me. at the number below, and that's how we find you. That's how we coordinate with you in order to get you from wherever you are, anywhere around the world, live with me on a video to get you the advice and the inspiration and the switch in perspective that you need in order to make today better, make your life better. And in case nobody else tells you today, I want to tell you, I love you. I believe in you. We're going to get through this together. And there are always simple things that you can do to face the things that you're scared of, to show up a little bit stronger, and to make your life a little bit better. I'll see you tomorrow.